bound together by hope, determination, and community. And welcome to the magnificent United Palace, a place that honors the history of our city, the heart of this city's past. When you look around the walls, when you see the story of New York written everywhere, written in these walls, ambition, resilience, reinvention, the immigrant stories of New York City are written in these walls. But tonight, we're not just looking back. We're building our shared story towards the future, to the city that wants all of us to have a future. We're here to turn the page to a government that must make life easier, not harder, for working New Yorkers in the 5 boroughs across this city. To fight for affordable housing, where people can raise their families, start their businesses in the city that they love and they grew up in. That's why I proudly endorse Zohran Mamdani, because Zohran represents the bold, honest, and compassionate leadership that our city deserves. He's not afraid to challenge power. We are not afraid to challenge power. To stand with tenants, with workers, with immigrants like myself, and everyday New Yorkers. So tonight, listen here, so tonight, from Washington Heights, the highest point in Manhattan, let's send a message to the rest of the city that the future belongs to all of us, the people of all the boroughs of this great city of New York. Please join me in welcoming the next mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani.
First time I've ever done it.
I canvass tomorrow as well.
Would you like a flyer for Zohran Mamdani? He's running for New York City.
I've come to talk to you about Zohran Mamdani.
And hello to the future.
I'm actually going to use this to motivate my handstand right now.
Thank you.
So you'll knock the door, you'll say...
We're here as volunteers for Zohran Mamdani's campaign.
He's also my son. Yeah. I'm his mother.
Zohran Mamdani.
Door knocking wins elections, canvassing wins elections, connections, that is what wins elections.
We have to have a huge governing mandate.
We need some new blood in the mayor's office.
It's really kind of like inspired a movement here in New York City, unlike anything I've seen in quite some time.
Queremos que él camine toda la ciudad. We want you to walk the whole city and knock on all these rent-stabilized apartments.
And I urge everyone to knock on doors, to let people know that the power of the vote is the power of their voice. Let's do it for Zohran.
Hello. Make some noise.
Hush not, child, and don't cry.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us at the historic United Palace Theater in Washington Heights. This venue has been here since 1930, and there have been incredible cultural and artistic events here. Who can forget the premiere screening of In the Heights, hosted by Lin-Manuel Miranda? The screening of West Side Story, hosted by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Or the Hamilton Sing-Along, hosted by the Lin-Manuel Miranda. But tonight is even more special for me because it's the first of those that I won't be forcefully escorted off the stage. Thank you one more time to Representative Espaillat for kicking us off. Make some noise. I'm your MC tonight. My name is Gianmarco Soresi. I'm honored to be here. I am a stand-up comedian. I've been living in New York City for over 12 years. And I love this city. I love this city because I get so much of my comedic material just from existing. There's a true story I want to share with you. One time I was on the train. There was a couple across from me. The man said to the woman, "What do you want to do for dinner?" And I swear to God, the woman said, "I think that lanky Jew is listening to our conversation." I am Jewish. I am a Jewish millennial. And I know we're a tough bunch for Zohran to win because most of our moms think we should be mayor. But I'm not just Jewish, I am also Italian. And let me tell you, if Zohran's got the Italian Jews, Cuomo is in trouble. No, never been much of a fan. I'll never forget how Cuomo blamed his assault allegations on being Italian. Let me tell you something. As an Italian, the only person I've ever inappropriately kissed is my father. When you get in trouble for allegations, you don't run for mayor. You become a stand-up comedian. But tonight is about turning the page on the cynical politics of the past and looking ahead to the future of New York as a city we can afford. Now look, not all of Zohran's ideas are popular. And I know Cuomo is hoping to get his voters to get their vote in before they go to Florida for the winter. My father and we fight a lot about my socialist views. I remember I told my dad once, I said, "Give me one good argument against giving people free access to a college education." So he sent me a link to my website. Don't laugh too hard at that one, please. Now, who knows? We might have some hecklers tonight. We don't really know what's going to happen. So I just want to give you some instructions on what we're going to do if we are interrupted tonight. Basically, anything goes wrong, you're going to hear some music. Let's hear that music now. Please. Listen, I have a musical theater degree. I will fucking sing if I have to. All right, so what do we do when we hear this music? What do? We stand up. We stand up. We move. Everyone up there. We can do it. There we go. That's it. There we go. Back here. Film outside. Let's get it going. Let's go. Okay. So, when you hear this music, we can stop it now? That's right. If you do heckle tonight, you'll have about 10 seconds to get your thoughts out before the music starts. But once it comes on, I want you guys get up, dance, talk to your neighbors, have a good time. Now, I'm gonna be here tonight. I'm gonna keeping the energy up. Not that we're gonna need it. And I want to thank all the guests for coming, all the guests behind me tonight, who we will learn about more as the night goes on. And I would like to introduce our first speakers tonight. 4 years ago this month, hundreds of taxi drivers went on a hunger strike to demand that the city pass a life-saving debt relief program and put an end to lending schemes that preyed on working-class drivers. So please welcome Augie Tang from the New York Taxi Workers Alliance.
Now clap for me, mommy, up. Just clap for me, mommy. Okay.
Just blaze.
Okay, if great, okay. Yeah, Wale. Si tú quieres mujeres, she said she blow la la. Flip side.
Hello, United Palace Theater! I came up here thinking, how do I even put into words how much Zohran has changed not only my life, but the lives of thousands of taxi drivers. My name is Augustine Tang, a medallion owner, proud member of the New York Taxi Workers Alliance, and hopefully a great husband and father. 4 years ago, we started a campaign outside to have taxi drivers camp outside the steps of City Hall. Drivers were trapped by predatory loans that they would never be able to pay back. We had to work 12, 14, and even 16-hour shifts of back-breaking work just to be able to survive another day. Trapped in indentured servitude by a system that knew exactly what they were doing. It was a crisis that this city created, and then the same city ignored for far too long. 9 drivers ultimately took their own lives, including my friend, Kenny Yumin Chow. That's why we protested for 46 days straight. And while it ended in a 15-day hunger strike, being hungry was nothing new for many of us. For years, these loans have made it hard for us to put food on the table for our families, but now we are hungry for change. And most of all, we aren't alone. Zohran saw this struggle in District 36 as Assembly member. He partnered up with my union, and because of this organized effort, we were able to secure the largest debt relief in New York City's history. $450 million with a city-backed guarantee. When the bank said no, when the city shrugged, it was Zohran, alongside with the New York Taxi Workers Alliance, who won relief with the city guarantee. Not a bailout for Wall Street, but a lifeline for working-class immigrants. When people say Zohran hasn't accomplished anything, I know 1,000 medallion families that would argue the opposite. Funny how the people who say he hasn't done anything are the same ones that fought him every step of the way. We stand here strong and proud as we watch Zohran rise up and become one of the most electrifying politicians New York City has ever seen. But like Kobe said, job's not finished. Not until every New Yorker has dignity and a government that fights for them. I inherited my medallion after my father passed. I inherited his fight too. But our generation, we're not inheriting silence. We're not accepting the scraps. We are the ones flipping the script. Our time has come. And we'll show them this November. And I'm going to end my speech on a shameless plug If you are a for-hire driver, yellow driver, green cab driver, or a livery driver, please come and join the New York Taxi Workers Alliance. For those who plan to donate or are having a generous heart, please donate to my union. To my union siblings in New York Taxi Workers Alliance, you are the beating heart of the city. You prove every day that working people, when organized, can win the impossible. And to my friend and brother, Zohran Mamdani, we thank you for everything. Let's win again in November. Thank you very much.
Oh God, these teleprompters went down. Oh wow, look at that technology. All right, this is my first time doing this, guys. Because listen, I get nervous talking, about politicians. I think a lot of comedians have been cozying up to the wrong politicians, and I'm very proud to be breaking my rule for Zohran tonight. I love New York City. Part of think I live here because I'm depressed. Being depressed in New York makes sense. There's literally rats everywhere. But if I'm like depressed in Hawaii watching a sunset on a beach, I'm like, oh my God, the rats are in me. On that beautiful note, please welcome New York City DSA member and state senator representing Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn, Kristen Gonzalez.
All right, hi everyone, how are we feeling tonight? It is so good to be here. My name is Kristen Gonzalez, and I am the state senator for District 59 in Queens, Brooklyn, and Manhattan. And it is so exciting to be here as a legislator, as a democratic socialist, and as a proud born and raised Queens kid. I see we got our Queens kids in the house. I was born and raised in a one-bedroom apartment in Jackson Heights. It is where I stood a week ago with our future mayor, Zohran Mamdani, to launch the affordability calculator and show working families and renters just how much they stand to save in a Zohran administration. As some of you may know, my mom is a public school teacher. She's a special ed paraprofessional. Yes, shout out to our public school teachers. And like so many of you educators in this room, she is criminally underpaid. And if it wasn't for our rent-stabilized apartment, she would not be able to afford to live in the neighborhood she has taught in for decades. That's why when we talk about Zohran's affordability platform, it is not just about numbers, it is about real life. It is because affordability is more than policy, it's about peace of mind. It's about not waiting for a tax return to pay the bigger bills. It's not worrying how we're going to pay for birthday and Christmas presents. It's having the means to pay for rent and childcare and groceries and the basics of dignity. These are calculations families like mine make every single day as they decide whether or not they can stay in the city that they love. I was lucky. My mom fought hard to make it work. She stayed because she believed that raising me in New York would give me a chance at something better. And she was right. She gave me the opportunity to grow in the most diverse place in the country, to hear languages from around the world, to taste flavors from all over, to think beyond just one neighborhood. And just like her parents, who came from Puerto Rico, she believed in the promise of this city. Because only in New York, the greatest city in the world, could a girl from a one-bedroom apartment in Queens become the youngest woman to serve in the state Senate. Thank you. And that's what makes New York so special. That's what the other side fears, that we, a city of immigrants, of workers, of dreamers, can thrive, that we can keep the American dream alive and elect real leaders who represent us, like Zohran Mamdani. And so, when I was first considering running for office in 2022, Zohran was one of the first people I spoke to. I was nervous, I was unsure, but talking to him reminded me of something simple and so important, and yet so many of us forget. We are not alone. We are part of a broader movement, ready to have our back, and that together we can bring working class power back into government. And over the years, that's exactly what I've seen him do. He has shown up again and again in Albany and in the district. He showed up to my first canvass in the cold in March on the worst day to canvass with his then girlfriend, now wife, Rama. He showed up to press conferences on my work to regulate artificial intelligence as the chair of technology. He showed up and invited me to fix the MTA pressers, to tenant association meetings, to town halls. And that's because that's exactly who Zohran is. He shows up, he supports those around him, he fights with clarity and courage. And that's exactly why, as your mayor, I know he will deliver for each and every one of us. And so to wrap, he's not alone. We are all here tonight because we believe in the promise of the city. We refuse to accept the reality that the city has become too expensive for those who have built it. I look around this room, and I see all of you. You could be anywhere else tonight, but you have chosen to be right here, supporting Zohran for mayor, supporting immigrants, supporting working families like my own, and showing that when we work together, we can win the future that we deserve. And that's exactly what's happened so far. 80,000 of you have shown up at the doors, have shown up to make phone calls, have shown up at fundraisers and more. And the truth is, we still very much need you to do that. We have 3 weeks left, and it's going to take each and every one of us to make sure that we get to election night in November. Because the truth is, even in one of the hardest and darkest political moments of all of our lives, our ability to win isn't determined by the chaos and cruelty of the other side. It is determined by how hard we are willing to organize, how hard we are willing to fight. And I know we have a room full of fighters tonight. So let's go and win this November. Let's get Zohran to City Hall, and let's make this city what we deserve. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you.
Guys, we are just 3 weeks away from Election Day, and I haven't felt this confidence the Democrat is going to win since 2016. And that's why we got to keep going out there. We got to get everyone engaged, informed, and ready to get to the polls on November 4th. That's why I'm here, because I'm nervous, guys. I could be making a lot more money in Saudi Arabia right now, but I'm here with you tonight because we got a job to do. Now, Zohran likes to quiz people on the platform, so we all know what we're telling people out there, so let's see how this room will do, okay? We're going to freeze the, make buses fast and, deliver universal, All right. On that note, I'd like to welcome to the stage someone who knows about the importance of one of Zohran's big three promises, tenant leader and organizer, Dorca Reynoso. Freeze the
rent! Hello, everyone. I am so incredibly proud to be standing in my neighborhood. In this crowd, so many of you understand the importance of standing up for each other, fighting to make sure that everyone, not just some people, not some with some prerequisites, but that we all have a right to have a beautiful, free life, free from stress, free from having to go to bed at night thinking we might get evicted, we're going to lose our homes. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous, but thank you. We do understand that this is our time, and it is our time because we have fought for it. This has not been given to us. We have been fighting to keep everyone in their homes. We fought during the pandemic for rent freeze. We fought during the pandemic to make sure that people did not get evicted, and we won. The rent freeze wasn't permanent, but we won it for 3 consecutive times. Also, when politicians have stood in our way to block things like good cause eviction, we've won that as well. The Housing Stability and Tenants Protection Act of 2019 was won by tenants alongside with the Housing Justice for All Coalition. That has prevented so many more apartments from being destabilized and keeping people in our homes, but that's not enough. Some of the people who have been able to stay in my own neighborhood have been gentrified from public spaces. People cannot afford to be in their homes and also partake in these new stores that open up all over the place. It is a shame, a true shame that small businesses are being driven out of business because of this high rent. Small businesses that have been a part of the community are not only important because they also have the right to remain in their place, but also because they become a place for the community to meet. Our elders, people in the community go to these places to share with each other, but enough of that, I'm sorry. What I really do want to say is that we learned the hard way that too many elected officials are not willing to do what must be done. They do not stand with us when we fight. And I'm sorry. Thank you. Elected officials will ignore us so they can follow whatever orders they're given by their donors, and that needs to stop. This is why we stand with Zohran. He understands that leadership is not from donors or from the rich and powerful of this city. This city must be led. It has to be led by the poor and working class, by tenants. We will not leave anyone behind. Everyone must remain in their homes, in safe, affordable, permanently affordable homes, not some fake affordable housing that gets placed on some $3,000 a month apartment list. if you doubt, people doubted Zohran, and look at where we are now. He got here not only because of his ethics and what we see him do. He stands by what he says. But we're also behind him 100% because we know that the leadership is going to become, whatever happens, the laws that are passed are not going to come from the rich and powerful. The decisions are going to be made in community meetings. They're going to be made in tenants meetings. We have the power. We built this city and we have the right to enjoy it. Thank you.
Welcome to the stage. Please welcome to the stage, all the way from Brooklyn, City Council member Ossé.
So beautiful right now. I'm New York City Council member Ossé, and I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling so ready. I'm ready to win. I'm ready to win. Ready to declare that a new generation of leadership has arrived, and ready to lead with a new generation of ideas, of governing, of courage. This is the generation that will turn the page on the arrogant, bitter, corporate politics of the past. Listen, we've tried those politics before, and look where it's got us. People are hurting, rents are up, wages flat, trains late, hospitals crowded, schools stretched, our seas are rising. Too many of our neighbors turn to demagogues because they have lost faith that the system can deliver for them. We are here to say it's time for that era to end. And it's time for us to end it. New York City, that transactional, timid, and tired politics has its champions. One is that sad Rumpelstiltskin-like husk of a man we beat in June. And we're gonna beat Andrew Cuomo again in November. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. Generational change is not about age, it's about imagination. Where an old guard understood government as a tool of self-preservation, we recognize it as a vehicle of progress. We can freeze the rent, make buses fast and free, and deliver universal childcare. Come on. And then we can continue dreaming. Listen, Zohran is not running to manage a decline for more efficiency. He is running to govern towards greatness. Right now, that means electing our next mayor, Zohran Mamdani, for his policies, yes, but also for his understanding of power. Because the title is only half of it. Even with hearts in the right place, many leaders will fail. But Zohran will succeed as a mayor for the same reason he won in June, and the same reason he'll win again next month, because he has you. He has you, standing behind him and standing with him. Now, that is the heart of our project. The combination of the institutional power of government with the tidal strength of movement. That's how we defeat fascism and build a democracy that guarantees freedom, dignity, and justice for all. But let me offer a warning from recent memory. Sometimes we win an election and then we go home. We exhale, we demobilize, and 2 years later, the other side storms back and we're still celebrating. We cannot make that mistake again, not with so much on the line. We need to stand up, we need to mobilize, we need to get organized and continue winning after this election. So here's the plan. We must vote. We must volunteer, and we do not vanish after we elect Zohran this November. Understand that this election is to be part of a political revolution that continues inside and outside the halls of government. And after we win in November, we do not demobilize. The rich and corporate interests who tried to buy this election with the millions they stole from our pockets will want to see us fail. And we won't let them. After we win in November, the work does not end. If anything, that's when it begins. Let us carry the energy in this room into governing. We'll pack the hearings. We'll flood the inboxes. We'll show up for tenants, for workers, for immigrants, for the planet. We'll stand shoulder to shoulder with Mayor Mamdani and consider this win to be the opening chapter of a great story. We'll choose solidarity over specterhood because the work is not simply to win power. The work is to use it, hold it, and expand it together. Victory will be sweet. It will be sweet. Let our thirst for it become insatiable. This is our city. This is our century. And this is our chance to do things and stay mobilized to do even more. Friends, thank you. Friends, we are on the cusp of history. Decades from now, people will ask, how did New York City turn things around in 2025 and lead the country back from disaster? And each one of you in this room will be able to say that through the power of this movement, and I was part of it. That's how we change it for the better. New York City, a new generation has arrived. The people in this room and the movement we represent are why we will win. And if you want this movement to continue, you guys got to join New York City DSA. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is a lifelong activist, a co-founder of the Young Lords in New York City, and was the spokesperson for 27 people who took over the Statue of Liberty and put the Puerto Rican flag on her crown. Please welcome to the stage, Mickey Melendez.
Good evening. Sold out house. I haven't been this excited since the Lincoln days when we made history. New York City, are you ready to make history again? We're less than a month from proving that when working people come together, when young people show, when people of color mobilize, when working class say presente, we just don't participate in democracy, we reshape it. For too long, we've been told to wait our turn, to be patient, to accept a city that you need 3 roommates to afford a 1-bedroom, where you work 2 jobs and still can't save for the future. When the subways break down, the rents go up, and the politicians tell us that's just how it is. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not how it has to be. This election isn't about changing mayors. It's about changing who this city works for. And right now we have a candidate that doesn't talk about fighting for working people. He's been in the fight. When taxi drivers needed someone to stand with them, Zohran went on a hunger strike. Together, they won over $450 million in debit and debt relief. That's not political theater, that's authentic leadership. Now, I want to talk to you about something important, and people have said that. This is not a campaign. This is a movement. But this isn't a movement just for young people. It's not a movement for one generation. This is an intergenerational movement. I'm here. My daughter is here. My eldest granddaughter is here. It's about all of us versus a system that has been failing us. And when we come together across generations, across neighborhoods, across every line that they try to divide us, we are unstoppable. This movement has given us something powerful. It's given us hope, real hope. Not the hollow kind politicians tell you, but the kind that comes from seeing the change is actually possible. From knowing someone like Zohran, someone who grew up in Queens, someone who understands our struggles and aspirations because he lived them and actually can win. And when he wins, we win. But that only matters if we finish this. Now comes the hard part. Now we must turn this energy into votes and win again. Every single one of us in this room needs to commit, not just to voting, but to bring people with you. Your friend, your family, your coworker, the person who you know that says my vote doesn't matter. You bring them. You remind them that this is when that vote matters. When your alarm goes off on November 1st, I want you to remember this moment, this room, this energy, this feeling that we are bigger than ourselves. When you're standing in the voting booth, remember the rent hikes and the bills that keep getting longer. Remember every person who couldn't afford to stay in the city they love. Remember family working multiple jobs just to get by. Remember our hospitals. Remember our schools. Remember that this vote isn't about you. This vote, it's all about us. It's about a city where we're going to build together. Our time isn't coming. Our time is now. Our time is November 4th. Our time is when we walk out of here and get the work done. New York City, are we ready? I thought so. Let's win this thing.
Welcome to the stage, the youngest Federal Trade Commission chair in FTC history, Lina Khan.
White moon, Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the E, so I can get some phones rolling in my ride, chilling all alone.
Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen a call.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Lina Khan, and I'm honored to be here with you as we work to elect Zohran Mamdani, the next mayor of New York City. I support Zohran because I want this to be a city where all New Yorkers can build a good life. For too many, that good life feels increasingly remote. Right now, we have an economy where a handful of modern-day robber barons wield extraordinary power. They hold enormous control over our paychecks, our bills, our time, and our futures. These oligarchs don't just make us pay more as we earn less. They actually think it is their right to buy our elections, rig the rules, and handpick leaders who will serve their interests over everybody else's. And we feel the consequences. So many New Yorkers are just barely keeping up and scraping by, one accident or illness away from falling behind. The good news is that nothing about any of this is inevitable. Generations ago, the American people took on the robber barons who were squeezing workers, small businesses, and families all across this country. They took on corrupt oligarchs who thought that they were above the law. We won back then, and with a new generation of leaders like Zohran, we can win again. The days of Democratic leaders choosing to ally with titans of industry over working people are over. As we've seen since January, the oligarchs will not defend democracy, and when given the choice, they have chosen self-enrichment and profit over any commitment to the rule of law and the fundamental values of this country.
I know that Zohran has the moral conviction to fight for a New York City that works for everybody. And I know that he has the courage to stand up to the most powerful interests in this country when they push back and fight to protect the status quo. Once Zohran gets to City Hall, he will be thinking about not just those with the biggest bank accounts, the people who can buy lobbyists and newspaper ads. He will be thinking about the janitors, the nurses, the waiters, the shopkeepers, the teachers, the millions upon millions of people who keep this city running. We can fight for a more fair and just future, and in just a few short weeks, we are going to elect Zohran Mamdani to deliver just that. Thank you so much.
Clap it up for these guys. Speed book. That word is up. That's a union job, right? Yeah. I understand the importance of unions because I'm an actor. I am a member of SAG-AFTRA. Yes. The job that got me I was in an episode of Law and Order SVU. Thank you. I played Ice-T's waiter. And it's a small part, but I wanted to do well. So to prepare for the role, I actually became a waiter for 12 years. I want to thank some of the unions that have supported Zohran and this event tonight. Some of them are seated behind me. I'm going to tell you their names. I want you to keep applauding through the whole fucking thing. 32 BJSEIU. 1199 SEIU, the Actors Equity Association, CIR SEIU, CWA, DC 37, HTC, IATSE 161, NYSNA, OPEIU 153, PSC, CUNY, Teamsters Local 804, UAW 9A, UFT, Unite Here 100. And we also have to shout out our day one endorsing organizations who have been in the fight with this campaign for almost a year. The New York City Democratic Socialists of America, New York Communities for Change, Drum Beats, Ka Voice. And next, please welcome to the stage Chief Accessibility Officer for the MTA, Q Arroyo.
What's up, New York? Que lo que mi gente, sac passe. Good evening, everyone. My name is Quimel Arroyo, and I am a proud Dominican American immigrant. I'm also one of over 1 million New Yorkers with disabilities who live here in the city. It is such a joy to be here with y'all tonight. Tonight is transformational because we are here to confirm our belief that New York City deserves better. And we are here to affirm our commitment to creating a better city where no one gets left behind. Together, we can shine a light so bright that no New Yorker will ever feel invisible. And for the last decade, I have worked to ensure equal access to transportation for each and every one of you, but also for every parent, every caregiver with a child in a stroller, every aging New Yorker, and each one of our 60 million plus tourists that visit us every year. Accessibility is universal, and it benefits each and every one of us. It allows us to live and age here in New York with grace and enjoy all that the city has to offer. But for too long, our leaders have forgotten New Yorkers with disabilities. We have been failed by those with their own agendas, those who care more about holding on to power to remain relevant and serve their own egos. Government only works when people like you and I do our part to elect honest and caring people who want to serve. And in Zohran Mamdani, we have that kind of leader. I am here today because I am inspired by Zohran and this campaign that all of you have built. I am excited about the prospect of an administration that does right by families with children with disabilities, that listens to their needs and their asks. They have been begging for access to equitable housing, education, and jobs. And above all, I am excited about an administration that sees beyond a disability and is curious about what we have to contribute. Friends, this is only the beginning. We have to act now and make our voices heard. First, with our vote, and then with our continued engagement. This is our opportunity to deliver a new generation of leadership that is actually representative of the people it serves. I trust that we will do our part on Election Day, but I challenge each and every one of you to maintain this energy, to jump into the ring with us in government, to ensure continued success. And before we leave, I have to ask a couple of more things of you. Friends, never mistake a disability for an inability. Remember that low expectations lead to low outcomes. Never conflict age, years of service with understanding, or confuse age and experience for interest or care. Tonight is transformational, and I am excited for the change that will come, and I hope each of you understand the importance of your role in this fight. November 4th is only the start. Our work for a better New York has just begun. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Zohran for New York City Super Volunteers, 15-year-old Abid Mahdi and 80-year-old Richard Mann.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man.
Hello, everyone. How are we tonight? Spirits are up, right? Great. My name is Abid. I'm a sophomore at Bryant High School, and I'm a field lead for Zohran Mamdani. Passing over to my friend here, Richard.
My name is Richard. I'm a volunteer for Mamdani's campaign.
So, as to the question, why are we here today, and why are we supporting Zohran Mamdani? I think it is because we see a fascist in the White House who is taking away our rights. I think it's because we want a better future for all. The city that I grew up in, I wish to stay here. I wish to raise a future here for myself and those who come after me, for my family as well. So I think Zohran's campaign has shown what a better future can look like. With 60,000 people signing up to canvass for Zohran. So what I tell you all today is to sign up to canvass and join DSA. That is why I'm here today.
I saw so many young people working on the streets everywhere I saw them that I said, let me look a little bit more on Zohran. And I'm a native New Yorker, born and bred. And I love our city, and I love all the people on our city. What I don't like is that the people who contribute so much to our city don't get returns for that. They don't get what they need. My wife and I had a 2-year-old child, and we were looking for a place to live in the city because it was so hard to come by. And what we found was a neighborhood in the Bronx with I think 20 different buildings built by labor. And we got there, and we spent 30 years there. We're able to raise our kids. And what we saw was that not only our kids, but our friends' kids all had opportunities to grow and thrive. And I want that for everyone. So we have that, but I'm dismayed at what I see. And that's why we have people who barely can pay their bills, and so many people who live in the streets, and we can't have that. So when I learned more from Zohran, what I see is he has a wonderful plan around housing, where he wants to build 200,000 houses over 10 years, built by labor, and tax track creation and making it happen. So that's why I'm so happy to do this. Now we've heard, both of us, that there are some folks here who think maybe they can canvass and maybe they can knock on doors or whatever, but aren't sure how to do it. It's easy. It's doable. First of all, you have partners, your buddies, so you teach each other. Secondly, it's pretty straightforward. You say, hi, I'm a volunteer. We're volunteers for Zohran Mamdani's campaign, and we want to find out, what are you thinking about this, and what are you looking for, and how are you going to vote, and who you might vote for.
As my co-lead in Astoria, Magdalena, says, you don't have to be a policy nut. You just have to go out there, be real, and talk to your neighbors about a better future. And can we get a volunteer to come and show you all what canvassing looks like?
New York! New York! Hey, guys.
What's your name, man?
Oh, nice
How you doing? My name is Mero.
Nice to meet you, Mero.
What's up?
So, you're here. You've heard about Zohran Mamdani. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I heard a lot of things, man. I've seen some flyers. Like, he got a lot of cool Instagram posts. Yeah,
totally. Do you plan to vote for him on November 4th?
Man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I ain't voting like the last 4 elections, man. Like, I don't even know. Why should I even vote?
Good point. And I think you'll see from a lot of politicians, they'll promise big, but they won't deliver anything.
That part.
But I'll say this. Zohran has massed an army of volunteers. Zohran has a bunch of support. Zohran has the power of the people behind him. And you know what? I think it's time to turn a new leaf. We have, these vile demagogues who've been in power for so long. Let's turn a new leaf.
Yeah, I don't like him. What are some of his policies, though? Like, why would I vote for him?
Do you have kids?
I got mad kids, bro. I got mad kids.
Yeah, and you know what? He's actually making universal free childcare.
Universal free, like went to de Blasio?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. You got me.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. My man.
So, can we count on your support? November 4th?
Unfortunately, much like Eric Adams, I live in New Jersey. But
you still have time.
But
October 25th.
October 25th. But there's 35 other Martinez family members in the Bronx ready to go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
November, what's up? What we doing? What we doing? Let's go. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Take care.
Yo, give it up for Rich and a B. You know what I'm saying? OG and the YG. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I know, canvassing sounds like, canvassing and phone banking. They just explained it to you a little bit, but it's an easy and fun way, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna allow us to win this race. Because like my man B said, Cuomo got the billionaires, but we got the people. We got y'all, we got y'all, all of y'all. And everybody that's watching right now on YouTube, Tubi, wherever this is at, Zeus, wherever you're watching this, we counting on you, champ. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I want you to do one thing. Everybody in here got a phone, right? You got a phone? All right, bet. I want you to take your phone out right now. I'm not asking you just to see if you have one. Take it out of your pocket. If you have canvassed 10 or more times for Zohran Mamdani, turn your light on. Turn your flashlight on. Let's go. Shine, let me see it. Okay. Bet. If you have canvassed 5 times for Zohran, turn your light on. Raise it up. Blind me. If you've done it 3 times, turn your light up. Turn it up. And if you've gone outside even one time for Zohran, turn your shit all the way up. Yeah. Come on. Leave your lights on. Okay? So if you have phone banked or canvassed for this campaign, you are one of the main reasons we taking this W in November. And we take it back. Nueva York! Vamos allá! Listen, so I want you to make some noise for everybody that has contributed their time, their effort, their energy to this campaign on the phone or on foot. Make some noise. Word. All right, now I want you to turn your lights off. Let's see how good y'all are. Yeah, oh, very good. Y'all take direction very well. Turn your lights off. Now turn your light on. If you're gonna sign up for your very first canvassing phone banking situation, right here, right now, you see the QR code up there. If you're gonna do it today, if you're signing up today to take us to this dub in November, turn your light up right now. If you are gonna commit time, your effort, your energy, your love for this city, turn your phone on bright. Let me see them lights. Let me see them lights. Now I'm gonna give y'all a moment to scan that up there. Because I don't want you just clapping and telling me you're gonna do something. Because like I said, I got mad kids and they say they're gonna do something and they don't do it. So I need you to scan that up there and make it happen, all right? Sweating bullets in here, baby. It's your boy. But I want y'all to look to the person next to you, look to the person to the right, to the left of you, and say thank you for volunteering your time, your effort, your energy. Juan, I see you, brother. Now, listen. Oh, hold on. If you thought I was lit, hold on. Get ready. Because next to the stage, I need y'all to make a lot of noise. A lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? Because up next to touch the stage is WNBA champion, New York Liberty icon, your favorite hooper's favorite hooper. Make some noise for Natasha Cloud!
They call me Big LA.
Come on, Tang! Come on, Tang! Come on, Tang!
Big Billy. When I'm trying in the market, you hear me. I be slicing with these bars so you hear me. Let me rip it up for cuz in the back. Let me flip it, get a buzz in your hat. I'ma tell you how to cause an attack. Timberland ladies love on the track.
New York! How y'all feeling tonight? Everybody good? I appreciate everyone for coming out here tonight because this is a pivotal moment for us. But for those of you that don't know, my name is Natasha Cloud. I'm the point guard for the New York Liberty. And it is truly an absolute honor to be here with all of you tonight. I'm sorry. My prompter just went a little crazy, so we just gonna go crazy with it. And you know, real life calls you to pivot when adversity hits along the way, so we gonna pivot and y'all gonna pivot with me. So let's do this. I have to admit, I just moved here to New York this year, but I've already fallen so in love with this city. I have fallen in love with the people, the neighborhoods, the local shops, the energy, but most importantly, I've fallen in love with the heart that this city has. Every day I walk around this city and I see the beauty of this place and the faces of the people heading home from work, the kids hooping on the playground, or families just out living life in their communities. There's a rhythm to this city, a pulse, if you will, that says we take care of each other. And that's why I'm here, because I believe in that love, I believe in that community, and I believe that every single person, no matter who they are, where they come from, or how much money they make, deserves to live with dignity. That's something that I believe so deeply in. I am truly rooted in it, because our voices have power, and our humanity, it truly does matter. I have spoken out for what's right, whether that's calling for justice in this country, or standing with the people of Palestine. I love y'all. Thank y'all for that love. They can hear you from all the way here. I feel that, truly. Or demanding that our government stop sending ICE into our communities to tear families apart. Because I refuse, like all of you, I refuse to accept a world where people are punished for seeking safety or silenced for speaking the truth. I refuse a system that values profit over people and power over love. And that is why I am so very proud to tell you that I stand with Zohran Mamdani. Zohran has shown us, he has shown us what true leadership looks like when it is grounded in courage and compassion. When ICE is sent into the city to kidnap our neighbors, Zohran stands up and he says no, not in our streets, not in our homes, and not in our name. Zohran stands with the working class, with the everyday people who truly make this city move. And when people in power tell us to stay quiet, or to wait our turn, or to accept the world as it is, Zohran reminds us that we, the people, have the power to change it. He truly understands that love and justice are not opposites. They are one and the same. That's the leadership we need. That is the future that we and your children deserve. So we are ready to turn the page here in New York. We are ready to build a city that works for us, and we are ready to have a city rooted in dignity, in solidarity, and in love. We are ready for a New York everyone can afford and a government that serves the working class people. We are ready to stand up to authoritarianism, to stand up for our neighbors, and to fight back with the most powerful weapon that we have, and that is each other. Because this movement and this moment is about all of us. It's about saying enough to fear and yes to the possibilities of the future. It's about love. This is the root of this. It is about love, the most radical, courageous love for our people, our city, and our shared futures together. Our time has come, New York. That time is now. And we are going to change this, all of us together. So let's do this shit, New York!
Please welcome to the stage the first Puerto Rican woman to serve in Congress, Representative Nydia Velázquez.
Bad Bunny. Hello, President Trump. We got you. We will. Buenas noches, Washington Heights. I'm Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez, representing the 7th Congressional District, and the proud daughter of a sugarcane worker. And I am here to say that I am a living example that we, the people, can defeat money. We did it the first time that I ran, and we will do it again on November. I have a message for you. Something is changing in New York. You can feel it in this room. Zohran Mamdani has brought all of us together around a simple, powerful idea that New York City should be a city for everyone. Not just the wealthy, not just the well-connected, everyone. Including undocumented people. Let me remind Donald Trump that
Let me remind Donald Trump that immigrants make America America. And so the establishment is really surprised. On November 4th, we're going to turn that idea of an affordable New York City into a reality when we elect Zohran Mamdani, the next mayor of New York City. The choice before us could not be clearer. On one side, we have Andrew Cuomo, a living symbol of the old broken politics that has failed too many for too long. A candidate bankrolled by the same billionaires who put Donald Trump in the White House. A candidate who wants to talk about the affordability crisis, how costly housing is, but yet is taking money from the developers and billionaires, who are the responsible one for the crisis that is impacting all of us. A candidate too afraid to even call out the president by name when he launches a political persecution against our great Attorney General, Tish James. And on the other side, we have Zohran, someone who gives us hope, someone who leads with compassion and integrity, someone who shows up, who fights like hell for working people, and who understands that our city's affordability crisis is pushing families to the brink and has a plan to make life better. I came to New York as a teenager from Puerto Rico with big dreams and not much else. This city gave me a chance, the chance to build a life, to serve my community, and to become the first Puerto Rican woman elected to Congress. Every New Yorker deserves the same opportunity. But today, that dream is slipping away for too many. Rents are sky high, neighbors are being displaced, families are struggling to put food on the table, and too many politicians are sitting on the sidelines. Zohran is not one of them. In Albany, I have seen Zohran stand with tenants, workers, and immigrant families under attack. As Trump targets our communities, we need a mayor who won't flinch, who will stand up and defend every New Yorker. That is who Zohran Mamdani is. On November 4th, we can build a city where every child can afford to stay with their families, where every New Yorker can thrive, and where government serves the people, not the powerful. But this future will not be handed to us. We got to make it happen. We are going to knock every door. We are going to organize in every borough. We are going to take this people power movement all the way to City Hall. Because this is not just Zohran's campaign, it's our campaign. And together, we are going to elect Zohran Mamdani, the next mayor of New York City, and change this city forever. Thank you, and God bless you.
Yeah, go for it. Keep going, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm feeling real proud to be a New Yorker tonight, I'll tell you that. It's been scary watching Trump takes such an authoritarian turn. We've seen ICE agents indiscriminately rounding up undocumented immigrants. We've seen Trump go after his political enemies. We've seen Trump go after free speech, late night hosts. It's very scary for me as a comedian because I haven't been on Kimmel yet. And right now we need someone who's going to stand strong. We all know Cuomo will kiss the ring. He kisses everything. I'll be honest, I'm a little flustered. Backstage, I met Zohran for the first time in person. And this might be somewhat ageist for me to say. It's just so nice to support a politician that's too young to have been friends with Jeffrey Epstein. But even with Zohran as our mayor, he can't do it alone, and that's why I'm very excited to bring on stage someone else who has been fearlessly fighting back on the state level. Please welcome New York State Attorney General Tish James.
I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I've got your back. Yeah. I love you more.
So good evening, everyone. It is so good to be here with all of you, standing with my very good friend, my little brother, and one of the boldest voices in the history of New York politics, Zohran Mamdani. We are here tonight because we are ready to turn the page on the cynical, broken politics of the past. We are ready to build a city that works for the people who actually make it run, working people, the teachers, the nurses, the drivers, the home health aides, the firefighters, the police, not just for those at the top, but for working people who built this city from the ground up. And we are living through twin crises, a crisis of affordability and a crisis of wage stagnation. Rent is up, and yes, it is too damn high. Groceries cost more, and too many families are living from one paycheck to the next. And childcare is too expensive, and too many New Yorkers are leaving the city because of failed policies of this city and state. And at the same time, we see powerful voices trying to silence truth and punish dissent, and yes, weaponize justice for political gain. We are witnessing the fraying of our democracy, the erosion of our system of government. This, my friends, is a defining moment in our history. Let us stand together to defend our rights, to protect every safeguard, every institution, every immigrant. Every norm and every rule of law. You see, I know what it feels like to be attacked for just doing your job. But I also know what it feels like to overcome adversity. And so I stand on solid rock. And I will not bow. I will not break. I will not bend. I will not capitulate. I will not give in. I will not give up. You come for me, you gotta come to all of us. All of us. Every single one of us. We're all in this together. You see, I've learned to stand on the shoulders of my ancestors who came before me and weathered the storm. And despite being seared with scars, they survived. And if they can survive, so will we. So over the last few days, I've summoned their strength and their courage. And I will keep fighting for justice. I will keep fighting for New Yorkers. I will keep fighting the aggressive policies of Washington, D.C., and I will not stop. I won't give up, and I won't give in. So we have no time to linger, and focus on pettiness and revenge. We've got to press on, press forward, continue the journey, claim the victory. Triumph over fear and courage. Courage, my friend, is resistance to fear. And so I fear no man. I see the courage that is embodied in Zohran. And that's why I am supporting him. He is a leader fighting for a better future for this city. And he, like me, knows what it's like to be attacked, to be called names, to be threatened, to be harassed. And each and every day he wakes up with this fire in his belly because he wants to build a better New York. He recognizes that justice is more than just a word, that justice must be made real, that there are people struggling each and every day in this city. And all you have to do is drive around in this city and see all of the lines in the food pantries and all of those who are just trying to put their nickels together to make ends meet. He is a leader who recognizes the pain and the struggle of countless number of New Yorkers, those in public housing tonight that are dealing with the conditions in public housing, those who have to go to housing court tomorrow and face the possibility of being evicted, those who cannot find childcare, those who can't afford the groceries, those who can't afford all of the luxuries that most children get. Those low-income children struggle every day. I've seen it for far too long. And I am supporting someone, this young man, who believes in the same values that I believe in, who recognizes that he is of the people, and who recognizes that we've got to change the way that we do politics in this city. Someone who believes in his heart of hearts that there is a way to raise up all boats and to make sure that this is a city for all of us and not just the rich. And so I'm with Zohran. So let's turn this page. Let's knock on those doors. Let's canvass and talk to our neighbors and tell them the good news. And let's lift up the spirits of those individuals who have been left behind, who don't believe in the sunshine of opportunity, who don't believe in access, who don't believe in politics. Let's convince them that we are about to elect a man who believes in their future. Let's lift the spirits of those who feel hopeless and left out and ignored. Tell them that they are not alone, that we stand with them. And tell them that they are more powerful than they really know, and that their voices will be heard at the ballot box. And that he who endures shall conquer. We will shape a future that we can all deserve. Because now, yes, is our time. So, let's elect a man who believes in that future. A man who really believes in that future. A man who wakes up each and every day thinking how he can improve and build a future for all of us. He's a fighter for a better day. A man who believes in big dreams for all of us. If you believe in Zohran, and if you believe in, again, making sure that all of us will be okay, then right now I need all of you to make some noise. Let them hear you. Let them hear you. Let them hear you. I need you to roar for the next mayor of the city of New York, Zohran Mamdani.
Zohran Mamdani is the latest and the youngest now to challenge Mayor Eric Adams.
I know that the job of government is to actually make our lives better. And that is why I stand before you as a candidate for New York City mayor. Make no mistake, this will be a fight.
Any chance you want to sign a petition to get Zohran on the ballot? Any chance y'all want to sign a petition to get Zohran on the ballot?
No thanks.
All right, no worries, no worries.
How you doing, sir? My name is Zohran Mamdani. I'm running for mayor. And why did you not vote?
Because I don't believe in the system anymore.
Anymore. So did you believe in it at one point?
Yes.
My name is Zohran Mamdani, and we are here to kick off canvassing for 2025.
I am here because I grew up in New York City and I can't afford to live here.
I am so sick and tired of having politicians run New York City who don't care about the working class.
Because it's days like today where we win this race. It's not the days when people have heard of me or our campaign.
He's up 1% of the vote.
Es Zohran Mamdani, no sé si lo conoce.
He's building a movement that goes beyond what we just expect out of a regular politician. People are looking for politics that actually lead somewhere.
According to the latest polls, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is way ahead.
Governor Andrew Cuomo is in the lead with 38% of voters. A surprising second is New York State Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani.
Appreciate you. I hope you win this, man. Yes, sir.
And who sets the
Zohran's campaign is doing great, so.
I know. I saw his fundraising numbers.
Good luck, man. We're behind you.
We're exactly 2 months away from Election Day.
Want to say good luck.
Thank you so much.
0 accomplishments.
I want to be very clear. I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records, and I have never done those things because I am not you.
This will be a night that we will look back on as being the one where we started winning this race, not just competing. We're not satisfied with making a statement. We're running this race to win this race.
The 33-year-old socialist nipping at his heels.
We stand on the verge of a victory that will resonate across the country and the world.
We've got 6 days left. They've got all the money in the world. We've got you.
You gotta win. You gotta win, man.
It's Election Day here in New York City.
The red-hot Democratic primary.
Will voters end up braving the extreme heat to go vote?
It's gonna be a big one.
It is 11 p.m. and Zohran Mamdani is on the verge of a major political upset.
I will be your Democratic nominee for the mayor of New York City.
A political earthquake of sorts sending shockwaves through the Democratic Party.
Zohran Mamdani
is a little-known state lawmaker until recently.
declaring victory in New York City's Democratic mayoral primary.
The general election is in November, and I am in it to win it.
Cuomo is not calling it quits. The former New York governor says he's staying in the race for New York City's mayor.
Tell Zohran I said hello.
What are these oligarchs afraid of? They're afraid of Mr. Mamdani becoming an example to what can happen all over this country.
Because you have changed the history of the city, of this country. There are people across the world who are watching. And they are watching it because we have the audacity to believe that working people could win a city that they could in fact afford.
What? Hear what I say. We are the business today. Fuck shit is finished today. RT&J, need a new PB&J. We dropped the classic today. get a tablet of ashes today. The choice with the masses and ashes away. We dash away. Donna and Dixon, the pistol is blasting away.
Doctors of death, killing our patients of breath. We are the pain you can trust. Trying to work, cooking up curses and slurs. Smoking my brain in a mush. I became famous for blaming you fuck. Naming my way through the brush. There was no training or taming of me and my bruh. Live like a man, but I'm animal raw.
We are the murderers there. That went to jail and we murdered the murderers there. Then went to hell and discovered the devil delivered some hurt and despair. Used to have powder to push. Now I smoke pounds of the push.
Good evening, New York!
Now I give a fuck about none of this shit. You run her over and out of this bitch.
Thank you all so much. Thank you to our MC, Gianmarco Soresi. Thank you to the elected officials, labor and movement leaders here with us tonight. And thank you to New York's Attorney General Tish James. For years, you have fought the good fight for New Yorkers, and now it's our time to fight for you. There is something special in this room tonight. It's power. It's the power of hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers united, ready to usher in a new day. It is the power of a movement that won the battle over the soul of the Democratic Party, that put Andrew Cuomo's vision of austerity and smallness firmly where it belongs on a ballot line no one's ever heard of. It is power larger than any single person, working together for a New York where dignity is delivered to all. And it is the power of a campaign that for the second time in 5 months stands on the precipice of victory. Three weeks from tomorrow, we will win again. That is only possible because of you. This campaign has built the largest volunteer effort of any in New York City history. There are 3,200 people in this theater tonight. And alongside all of you, there are over 80,000 more across our city. In Brownsville, in Parkchester, in Flushing, and right here in Washington Heights. New Yorkers who have knocked doors, phone banked, and registered voters, day after day, week after week, month after month. You have worked this hard for one simple reason: to fundamentally reimagine what is possible in New York City. Now, there are some who oppose that vision. Billionaires like Bill Ackman and Ronald Lauder have poured millions of dollars into this race because they say that we pose an existential threat. And I am here to admit something. They are right. We are an existential threat to billionaires who think their money can buy our democracy. We are an existential threat to a broken status quo that buries the voices of working people beneath corporations. And we are an existential threat to a New York where a hard day's work isn't enough to earn you a good night's rest. And we are absolutely an existential threat
to disgrace politicians like Andrew Cuomo, who diminish public trust, harass women, and are unabashed in their desperation to collaborate with Donald Trump and his donors. Let me be clear, this is not a moment for capitulation. We are in a period of political darkness. Donald Trump and his ICE agents are snatching our immigrant neighbors from our city in broad daylight, right before our eyes. His authoritarian administration is waging a scorched earth campaign of retribution against any who dared oppose them, against the courts that dare hold them accountable, and against our trans and queer neighbors for simply daring to be themselves. And again, Trump has broken the promise he made to the American people, that he would fight for the working class by taking on the cost of living crisis. Over the last 9 months, we have witnessed the largest wealth transfer from the poor to the rich in history. Trump is like Andrew Cuomo, beholden to billionaires and oligarchs. And like Cuomo, he has bent to their will. The desolation left in his wake has been staggering. Tens of millions of Americans, including millions right here in New York, will lose their Medicaid, their Medicare, their SNAP benefits. Because of Trump's corruption, children will go to sleep hungry. The sick will die. Any way you measure it, our lives have gotten worse. I think of the pastor I sat with just a few weeks ago in East Flatbush. He told me how in September, a young woman from his congregation approached him after church. She told him she was facing a deportation order. He knew her well, and he knew the work she did with young people with disabilities in this city. She told him she couldn't afford an attorney and had no one else. She asked if he would go with her to 26 Federal Plaza. He said yes. Sitting in the courtroom, the judge told her to be ready to leave in the clothes she was wearing. He asked her if she had said goodbye to her family. She began to cry. And then, in what felt like a miracle, the judge changed his mind. He decided he would put her TPS order before the deportation order. For a minute, it seemed as if the danger had passed. But the pastor knew that ICE stood outside. They did not care about a court order because they do not care about the rule of law. He turned to a few court watchers in the room and asked them to go outside first. He asked another man to hold the elevator. He picked up the young woman under her arms, opened the doors, rushed her past ICE agents, into the elevator and down into a waiting car before speeding off back to Brooklyn. Through it all, her feet had never even touched the ground. He told me that it felt like the Underground Railroad. And still he knew she was anything but safe. We are living in the times that we read about. I know that for many of us, when we look back at moments in history that rhyme with today, where tyranny loomed and the state imposed violence with sinister glee, we ask ourselves what we would have done. We need not wonder. That time is now. And I am proud to look out onto this crowd at New Yorkers who, amidst this despair, have continued to believe in a world better than this. With every block walked, every petition signature earned, you have refused to normalize a politics of cruelty, of greed, of exploitation. You have asserted your power. We see that power when nurses and teachers and bus drivers, the hardworking men and women of organized labor, finish their shifts and go straight to a canvas launch. We see it when the same New Yorkers who walk to work dedicate their weekends to fighting for fast and free buses for strangers they will never meet. And we see it when grandparents whose children have long grown into adulthood fight on behalf of universal childcare so that a young family they've never met on the other side of the city can afford to stay here. With this much darkness, it takes courage to light a new path. As Thomas Sankara once said, fundamental change only comes from the courage to turn your back on the old formulas, the courage to invent the future. Together, that is exactly what we have done. For too long, we have been told to be satisfied with abstractions and strongly worded letters, to be content with a politics built atop the flimsy foundation of only that which we are against, without ever declaring what we are actually for. To accept leaders who would sell us out to the highest bidder. That is not what this movement is, nor will it ever be. We know what we are for, and we will not cower. A movement by the people and for the people answers only to the people. So, with 22 days until the polls close, let us say what we believe loudly and clearly for the world to know. We believe in the wealthiest city, in the wealthiest nation, in the history of the world, that working people deserve a dignified life. We believe that buses should be fast and we believe that housing is far too expensive. We're going to build hundreds of thousands of affordable homes, take on bad landlords, and freeze the... And we believe that daycare shouldn't cost as much as a year's tuition at City College. That's why we're going to deliver universal... These are not just slogans. These are commitments. We say them not simply to inspire, but because it is what we will deliver. We believe in schools that receive the investments they need, infrastructure made resilient to the growing effects of the climate crisis, and a budget that fully funds our parks and libraries. We believe in public safety that actually delivers safety and justice. We can make this a city where no one is afraid to walk the streets or take the subway. A city where our police officers focus on serious crimes, and it is mental health professionals that address the mental health crisis. In New York, we believe in standing up for those that we love. Over the last 9 months, we have watched the man with the most power in the world expend enormous energy targeting those with the least. Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community, one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job, a single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down, or anyone else with their back against the wall, your struggle is ours too. Make no mistake, ours is a movement where we know exactly who and what we are fighting for. We are not afraid of our own ideas. For too long, we have tried not to lose. Now it is time that we win. And I know that since we won on June 24th, there have been some who have questioned whether that we aspire towards is possible, whether the young people they speak of as the future could also be the present, whether a left that has critiqued could also be the left that delivers. To that, my friends, I have a very simple answer. Yes. And to those who doubt, who cannot quite believe, who share our vision but fear allowing themselves to hope, I ask you, when has dignity ever been given? The same questions asked of us were asked of organized labor, were asked of the civil rights movement, were asked of any who had the nerve to demand a future they could not yet see. Could they not wait? Could they not see that they were asking too much? They knew that we do not get to determine the scale of the crisis that we face. We only get to decide how we respond. We know that every great victory must be won because it will never be given. When organized labor won the weekend so that working people would have time to rest, that was power won, not given. When those who came before us marched for voting rights and civil rights, they triumphed because they dared to dream, not because they were given permission by a political establishment content with the status quo. When millions of seniors were lifted from lives of poverty with Social Security, that's because Americans were sick of a bad deal and wanted a new one instead. And the New York we love was made by those who refused to settle for less. Great leaders like Fiorello LaGuardia taught us that aspiration is something to embrace, not something that we treat as a crime. When we shake loose the shackles of small expectations, our city builds parks and hospitals, and we show the world that ambition and compassion are in fact intertwined. In an age of darkness, New York can be the light, and we can prove once and for all that the politics we practice need not be one of either fear or mediocrity, that power and principle need not live in conflict in City Hall, for we will use our power to transform the principled into the possible. In 12 days, New Yorkers will begin to cast their ballots. We will vote for our next mayor, but more than that, we will make a very simple choice. A choice between democracy and oligarchy. A choice between a city you can afford or more of the same. A choice between a mayor who works for those straining to afford groceries or those straining to buy an election. A choice between the hope of a brighter future and a broken past. For years, in the words of Dr. King, we have been asked to wait for a more convenient season. We have been told that change is not yet quite possible, that it's not yet our turn, that it will come soon enough. We've been told to wait as our friends and neighbors have moved away, told to wait as our city has only grown harder to afford, told to wait as a good life has drifted out of reach. My friends, we are not afforded the luxury of waiting. Because too often, to wait is to trust those who delivered us to this point. We can demand a government that makes our lives better. We can tell billionaires that this city doesn't just belong to them. We can tell Donald Trump he cannot buy this election. And we can tell Andrew Cuomo that New York City is not for sale. So on the evening of November 4th, when the world learns that we have won again, they will know our answer to the question. We choose the future. Because for all those who say, our time is coming, my friends, our time is now. Thank you. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, United Palace. Thank you, Representatives Espaillat, Velázquez, and AG Tish James. We have 3 weeks left to win this. Let's bring it home. And please stay on your feet and welcome the Samora, Pinder Hughes, and the Healing Project Chorus.
Hello, hello. Thank you, everybody. We're going to just play a few songs for you that are going to hopefully continue with this energy. And we are very blessed to be a part of this evening. So we hope you enjoy this music, and please sing with us if you know the lyrics. little tent. Oh, and just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. And I go to the movies, and I go downtown. Somebody told me, don't hang around. But I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. I go to my brother, and I say, help me please. Then you wind up kicking me back down to my knees. There've been times where I thought I wouldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.
Come on, y'all, help us sing. Here we go.
Oh, I know I've been changed. Oh, I know I've been changed.
That's right.
Oh, I know I've been changed, and I ain't got weary yet.
Can y'all help us sing back here?
Oh, I know I've been changed. Come on, sing. Oh, I know I've been changed. Say, oh. And I ain't got weary yet.
Come on, y'all.
Oh, I know I've been changed.
Yeah, let me see you stand to your feet.
Oh, I know I've been changed.
changed. Let the change fill your spirit. Oh, I know I've been changed, and I ain't got weary yet.
One more time, loud as you can.
Here we go. Oh, I know I've been changed. Y'all singing back here? Oh, I know I've been changed. Real loud, everybody, let me hear you. Oh, I know I've been changed, and I ain't got weary yet.
Thank you very much.